So, let's see. Already we cannot create more than one pickaxe. So basically what happened is I was playing a mod pack based on Arumba stuff with angel ores and all those fancy mod packs, bobs, etc. And someone suggested to also include the marathon mod, which has various compatibility mods, like Bob's Angelthon, one of them is called, which should make marathon mod compatible with angel ores and angel refining. And of course, Bob's Extended is another mod that adds a lot more complexity to Bob's mods. And Research Revolution is one that makes research much more interesting, much more complicated. I believe it was already in the pack, so we'll see if that makes a difference. Basically, everything is much more expensive. So, for example, making a stone. Let's look at something else. The burner inserters cost 12 iron plates in total. The electronic inserters take a burner inserter, additionally to making the usual stuff. The first science packs cost a lot more copper. And these fundamental technology component packs, which are made from stone and coal. So to make red science, you need stone, coal, copper, and iron, all of it. The iron gear wheels are more expensive as well. They cost 5 plates per one gear wheel, and they are take much longer to make. And basically, the whole mod pack is that's the theme of the whole mod pack. Everything is much more expensive, and let's see how fun it is to play. I did try it out a moment ago. Basically, I was preparing the initial ore production. I had like two of those iron processing flowers, three of those for copper because copper takes longer, some coal miners, and the start is pretty slow, so you might not enjoy this. You can see the ore crusher already takes 8 sapphirite ore to crush, so it means we get less of the crushed stone. The stone furnace will smelt 3 crushed sapphirite into 2 iron plates, which is not that bad, honestly. So it's a 2/3 output. So first thing I will do is to get a burner inserter to automate the iron production, so that I don't have to take the crushed sapphirite out. Basically, in the beginning, as business as usual, just scale everything up and keep your stuff fueled. So the map is the coal is pretty far away, but I manage. It's cool that the sapphirite and the stereotyte, so the iron and copper is right next to each other. I did get a stone patch down here. I don't know if this is intended. I did get a error message when starting the world saying like something like the RSO config did not include something for stone, so it won't respawn, which is obviously not true because there is stone spawned. It's pretty big. With angel ores, you are not supposed to get stone spawning because you get stone from from processing the other ores. But we'll see. Especially to make the crusher, the burner ore crusher, you need 25 stone plus the burner mining drill, which is itself another big cost. So we might end up using a huge amount of stone, so maybe I'll get the stone patch down there. Maybe not. Maybe I just ignore it. We'll see. Sounds like the game sound is pretty low. Huh. Maybe I can turn it up a bit. Don't know why this was so low. Should be better now. So hopefully we can do a burner mining drill soon. Takes 35 per drill. But I think it will get pretty fast once we have a few of those. I did not yet try out to make these spoilers and steam engines, but you can see the one steam engine is 325 iron plates, so it's a huge amount to make steam engines. So we'll see how this will work out. The ratio is 1 per 1, so 1 drill per iron furnace. It's a bit less furnaces, like 3.5. I did not do the math, but you don't need 4 furnaces, but 3 is too little, so it's something in between. No, this was not my intention. This one. So you will see me probably do this for quite a while. Come here, get out the ore crushing, get the iron from the furnaces, and extend them. I will probably have to go down and put some drills to get coal. The coal production is pretty good, so I just set like 4 drills down there and they produced far more coal than I needed, which I think was different without the marathon mod. Basically, you can see the output of all the various plates is a bit higher, so you get more throughput. You need more, you need to put more stuff in, but you get more out. So watch here, you need 2 copper ore will be 5 plates, and 2 iron ore is also 5 plates, so you get more from your ore, more plates, but you also need more. So basically, assuming the ratio is they increase the production and the consumption equally, you will have a problem to get all the resources where they are needed. So throughput. So probably need more belts, faster belts, bigger setups to transport it all. This is probably going to be the topic of this game. Again, I'm not sure I will enjoy this, so we might not play this as long as the other. So these drills are pretty hungry. Don't think I'll have to be able to support these much longer. So the next drills will go to coal. The items stack a lot higher. I've seen the crushed stone is stacking over 200. The coal, I believe, only stacks to 200 as well. So since we are only getting so few stone, and we need so much of it, it's actually worth it to harvest these stone rocks. The research lab is also pretty expensive, like almost 300 copper, almost 200 iron. It's pretty crazy. Oh, 4 more, 2 more, there we have it. So, put down the miners, get some coal, put in the coal, and the pick broke, and we don't have material to make another one. Not yet anyway. It's not that much, it's only 8 plates. So probably not be enough, so I need to put in more wood. I will pretty soon put additional burner inserters to also feed the drills. So I just have to put fuel into the crusher and it will feed everything else. So we already should have a good amount of coal stored up, doubling our coal production right now. 46 is a good amount. Take this wood with us here. Yeah, keep the wood because wood is expensive. So now we can get the wood out of here and run everything off of coal. We already used half of it. Pretty interesting that the thermal vents are so close to us. We'll probably not use them for quite a while, but they are available. Strange that the texture is different. The stone texture here looks different than this stone texture. So I'm now making another burner ore crusher. While this is being made, I get some more coal. Stuff it in here. Probably get even more coal, because we will soon have 2 mouths to fill. Let's take half of this, put it in here. And watch it go. Making this stone is painfully slow. Basically everything is terrible. The forum post said the game will take like 10 times longer to progress, which you can always try to mitigate by going big. So like if in the normal version you're playing like with 1 mine of Zephyrite, you can just go with 4 or 5. Especially if you ignore biters, you can go pretty crazy with scaling. Don't see a reason why you should not be able to. All of the relevant technology is pretty you can get to pretty fast. The train station is like green science. You just need steel to make those. You don't have to go fancy, you don't need to put rail signals or anything if you're only using one train. And you can use one train to harvest the output from multiple stations in the beginning. So I'll go upgrade coal a bit so that we have coal in abundance. The more coal we have available, the less times I have to go down here. So walking down here is a great time loss, so I don't want to come here often. Okay. There goes. I think I go with 3. I did configure the map to have the resource patches be regular size, no, their regular richness, big size, and their frequency is on very low, so that we have to go far to get those. I like to play this way to so that you actually have to utilize the trains. It looks like the patches are pretty close. I don't know what happened. This should be coal. This looks like another stone deposit, honestly. So we'll see what's up with that. Maybe the whole map is covered in stone deposits. It's the wrong position, goes here. Okay, now we should be able to finish the second floor here, which will produce a good amount of iron. So I further increase the game sound. I can almost not hear it. Okay. Oh, we can do a huge upgrade for coal. Let's do this. So now we have pretty good iron production. I do think that these setups in this mod pack produce more iron than if you're playing without it. Not sure about the resource usage, but in vanilla and in the previous modded version, you would only get one plate per ore, per iron ore. So the fact that we are getting more now means that we're getting more out of our patches in total. So these patches should last us a bit longer. Let's see. Like I said, I never played this before, so it will be interesting. More than 400 coal. Should last us quite a while. So I think I put down the first copper patch. Or maybe... yes, it doesn't matter. The bottleneck now is stone. I have a good amount of iron, but I don't have enough stone. So it doesn't really matter which ore I harvest. The only difference is that this has a higher mining hardness and it takes longer to mine, so the burners will get less of it, so I will get less crushed stereotype and consequently less crushed stone out of it. So basically, if all I'm after is crushed stone, I should stay here on this ore, because it's easier to mine. This is even harder, and rubite is just as like plutonium. Okay, so this is the easiest ore to mine, the second and the third and the fourth one are equally as hard. Still making the drills. It'll be interesting to see how big we can go in the beginning. Each transport belt is 7 plates, which I believe the normal vanilla, I don't even remember, let me look it up. Transport belt. They're made from 3, okay. So the vanilla ones take 1 plate and 1 wheel, iron gear wheel, and the iron gear wheel is, it seems to be 2 per 1. Okay, so it's not that much more expensive. So vanillas cost 3 iron plates, these ones cost 7, so it's more than double. But remember, we also get more out of this stuff. So these produce more in total, so it might be not a problem at all. What did I say? I get 5 out of 7, so it's more than double output and not as much usage, so it should be okay. Should not be a problem. But we'll see. So I will go ahead and try to make lots of transport belts so that we can spread the stuff out. I looked up steel. Steel is not that expensive. You get pretty much out of it. Like 1 plate per 3. Vanilla is, I believe, 1 plate per 2, and Bob's hard mode is like 1 per 5. But you can even get better with the Angel Ore version. So this is 1 per 3, so 33%. And the Angel Ore processing is 5 per 9, which is 55%. So we could get 20% points more through going the Angel route. Assuming that the Angel, I have to look this up as well, that the Angel iron processing is there no iron? Ah, here it is. Yeah, you get 18 from 6 ore, which is 3 per ore, which is even better. So instead of smelting the iron ore directly into plates and getting 2.5 as much, we could use the Angel Ore processing route, which is traditionally very slow, expensive, and takes a lot of space, but it will get us more plates out of the ore. So I think I'll try this. The machine was, let me see, it takes 17 seconds to make 18 iron, so it's almost 1 per 1 plate per second. One per 1, and we get even more. You see, we get 18 ingots per 6 iron, so 3 ingots per ore. This is 1 to 1, and then the iron plates is increased by even more. We get 10 plates out of 8 iron. So it's even more than triple the output. But I guess throughput is an issue. Does this have a time attached to it? Yes, it's less time to make this in the furnace. But the furnaces have crafting speed 1, and I believe the These machines here have a pretty low crafting speed. Well, it's okay, it's 0.75. But you can stack, of course, furnaces are pretty cheap. These machines will probably cost a lot more resources. Yeah, 50 iron plates, 15 stone bricks, 20 circuits, and basic structure components, whatever that takes. So we'll see. Maybe I won't go with it. Only need 2 furnaces here. But I will need another burner mining drill and then a burner inserter for it. So I think I won't go for the angel stuff before I have crushing. Let's see, loader is only red signs, but a huge amount of red signs. And doesn't it, tells me the recipe, which is not that bad. What does the basic electronic board take? 10 components. These don't seem to be more expensive. No, they aren't. Their costs exactly as much. Yeah, it's. I think it's double the amount. You used to only take like a 5 per basic electronic board. Now you take 10 electronic components, which is not that bad. So we should be able to skip pretty soon to loaders, maybe even silos, which is the preferred version to handle sorting. So basically the problem is that the crusher outputs crushed ore and crushed stone, and you want to separate the stone from the ore and only output the ore into the machines, like furnaces or then the ore sorting facility. And the stone should either be stored up or put into crafting machines to make stone of it. And to sort those, you have to either get filter inserters or loaders with silos, or you have to output directly from the crusher into the machine that uses material. So what I did here is I have the ore crusher and I'm outputting the ore directly into the furnace. And since the crushed stone cannot enter the furnace because there's a recipe, the burner inserter will never grab the crushed stone out of the ore crusher, even though it's not a filtered one. So basically the input of the machine filters the item you're grabbing. So you could basically belt the stuff, could put both crushed ore and stone on the belt, and drive the belt by the machines, and have the inserters grab the material. This works, I did it before. You can even do a furnace setup, and at the end just put I didn't put the assembly machines, so that the ore will be grabbed by the furnaces on the way, and at the end every crushed stone which ends up there will be grabbed by the assembly machines and made to stone. Basically, you will want to prevent the belt from backing up, from standing still, which will happen if you don't sort out the crushed stone. Sooner or later, the belt will completely full be of crushed stone, and your furnaces will stop working. So you have to somehow get them out. Maybe I'll do this here, the setup. We'll see. So we have a huge amount of iron plate. Let's see, we can make 2 of those steam engines, which only take iron. So all this iron can make us 2 steam engines, nothing more. I usually go for 10 in the beginning. Maybe this is overkill here, but I will try. So I will upgrade to a third one to get more iron, even more iron. I could also use burner inserters to grab the iron out of the furnaces and drive it to a collection point, so they can easily grab it from a chest. And then I would just have to collect the crushed stone. Since I don't have assembly machines yet, I cannot grab only crushed stone out of it. After I get assembly machines, I can just replace one of those furnaces with the assembly machine and make the stone directly. Guess this will fit here. You can already see how long it takes to make the stuff. So let me check out the ore patch that is on top right here. I believe it's stone. It looks like stone. It is stone. Yes, okay. So we have a huge amount of stone lying around. These are thermal vents. This is another coal patch, which does not contain infinite ores. Which is strange, because usually you get starter patches directly at your spawn point that are not infinite, and all the other patches are supposed to be infinite. From what I understand, but obviously I'm wrong. The infinite ore patches should be in this pack. I did not disable them. Yes, they are infinite. Here's infinite rubite with a pretty huge amount of yield. 400 and whoop. And there's another coal patch which doesn't seem to have infinite spawn. Infinite yields, no? Okay. So we found one infinite rubite and 2 non-infinite coals. I don't want to venture too far out because it takes quite a while to walk back. But again, it takes me quite a while to craft this stuff, so all I would do would be standing around and collecting resources. Sephirite with infinite. So this will be our next destination probably, to get this Sephirite. Just not that far away. So we probably wouldn't even need trains to get it. So let's see, if we crush Sephirite into this 1-for-1. So we don't... Oh, Givolite, infinite even, right here. So we can make easy early... oh, another Sephirite. This is very nice. We have Sephirite and Givolite right next to another right north to our base. Pretty easily accessible. So we can make easy early iron. Usual problem with Sephirite crushing is that you get you get double the amount of iron, then you get copper, but you don't use copper that much, usually. In this pack it's supposed to be different. So you will want to make iron directly from combining crushed Sephirite with crushed Zivorite. So I should now... Oh, I need more inserters. No, I don't. You can't go wrong with making more burner inserters, since they do... they are required to make the regular inserters. So now to add some furnaces. I made a few too many burner drills, but it doesn't matter. We're going to use them. I think since I'm using the burner inserters to make the electric ones, chances are that we are going to use the... No, we don't. Okay. I can already make the electric mining drill, which does not require a burner miner drill. I thought they might use them, but the burner ore crusher uses them, so if the regular ore crusher, the electric one, also uses the burner ore crusher, none of these are wasted. And if they are, it doesn't really matter. It's not that much. So let's see, how much iron do we collect? A huge amount. We get enough resources to make 3 engines, which is still pretty slim. At least the boilers are not that expensive. They're just 30 per. I hope they didn't mess with the ratios, so I'm going with 14 per 10, like vanilla. But it may be possible that the ratios got changed a bit. Guess we will find out. So yeah, we have a huge amount of coal. So coal seems to be yielding more in this pack, or we're using less. I believe it's the first. So we're getting more coal out of these patches. Might be wrong. As usual in my packs, the biters are passive. They won't attack me until I attack them. Or unless, rather. Or unless, like in last playthrough, a train runs him over. I had a coal deposit was mined right next to a biter, and a train station. I made a train station right next to the coal mine. And at some point the automated train ran over some biters, and the biters decided to attack the train and the station. So they attacked the belt, and they even followed the train back to my base and attacked the train right in the unloading area. It was pretty interesting. This is not a good position. Okay. So this should work as well. Now we get a bit more copper. You need a huge amount of copper, they said in the forum post. The argument was that they cranked up the copper usage as well as the production. So for the electric pole, for instance, you need 5 copper, because to make the cable you need 5 plates to get 2. So you need a huge amount of copper to make the copper cable, which will result in a serious throughput problems. So usually I'm just going with 1 belt of copper on the bus. Here we'll probably go with at least 2. But that's something we have to try out. I don't know yet. So obviously the next step is to make power, science packs, and get automation. But since everything is so damn expensive, I'm thinking about adding a 4th one here. You see, all this iron here, and we can still only make 5 steam engines. It's pretty crazy. So I just add a 4th one. but I think this will be enough. And then maybe I make a smaller energy system, like 725 should be enough for now. We can always expand it. I mean, if we really want to go crazy with everything, we need to do a little bit of science at least. You can't go crazy with these. They're just too slow. Mining speed 0.35. Well, it's almost as fast as electric mining drill. But I'm happy about the Jivolite up there. It's definitely in belt reach. It's almost in walking reach. You see, it's the distance from coal to Zephyrite is like half of the distance to Jivolite, so I could even walk there and get the stuff. But I won't, obviously. What I could do is make a small base there and process something like make the belts there and go there to collect them regularly. But I don't think we'll be this desperate for resources. Let's see, with all this stuff in my inventory I could make almost 300 belts, so this should not be a problem. We didn't even automate anything of this yet. It's like 4, 8, 12 furnaces. You can see all the stuff in my inventory, and I can make like 31 of those science packs. What does automation take? 20? Logistics takes 120. It's a good increase in cost. So there won't be any further science happening. Oh god, 900 to get another quick size slot, a quick bar slot. That's huge. This is not bad. This is not bad either. I think this is vanilla. The normal Bob's mods. I don't think they messed with it. These are a bit more expensive, but no, I don't think they are. I think the stone cost is new, but the glass cost is pretty much the usual. Let's see. Should not be spending too much time in research tree because time won't pass. This is not a server. Will it fit? But I put this one 2 to the left and 3 down. So 2 to the left and then 2, 3 here. Let's try make it fit. No, it won't. Okay. Doesn't matter. It's just a temporary setup. I hope at least. All my furnaces are gone for some reason. So you can see I have 4 miners, and the 4th furnace is occasionally not active because the 4 miners do not produce enough to saturate all 4. But they are still working occasionally, so 3 is not enough either. Something in between. Okay, they are now grabbing their resources out of coal because I regularly forget to fuel them. So let's make like 5 of those and then 7 of those and a pump, some pole, some belt, some inserters, and of course some pipe to ground, and we should be happy. I think while this is processing, look at the huge amount of iron pipe he's making. 250 iron pipe for the steam engine, 125 iron gear wheels. That's, what is it, like almost 200 seconds to make the gear wheels alone. Whoa, and 1 minute per, so we're going to spend like 5 minutes crafting those steam engines. I should probably make less than, yeah, okay, we'll see, I can always abort them. So let's go look for some resource patches. Basically we are now a manual radar. They are surprisingly close. Another coal patch. It looks like the coal patches don't have infinite ore in them, which is a bit unfortunate. So this might be a feature of the Waterfill mod, but I'm not sure. Well, it does make sense to nerf coal a bit, because if you have infinite coal and you're using the good miners, especially if you have access to speed modules, you get so much coal out of even small depleted ore patches. It's not even funny. You can probably run way beyond late game from just one infinite ore patch. It doesn't even have to be a large one. The pack offers quite a variety to enrich the ore patches, the coal, to make a higher yield fuel. So you can, for example, use the Angel petrochem to convert it to coke and coal pellets. This way you will get sulfuric acid as well. And the Angel's petrochem mod also adds different. Here you can see some gas well, which yields raw gas, I believe, or natural gas. And one of the products in the chain is you get some fuel oil, and apparently you can convert the fuel oil into real physical fuel, which you can use to power anything, so furnaces and boilers. So apparently pocket crafting in this pack is not a good idea. Will take a huge amount of time. Another huge volite deposit right next to the stone deposit. So it looks like the resource patches are not that far away, which is good. Another coal patch. The coal patches are pretty big, but again, it's not infinite. So maybe I have to go further away to get infinite coal patches, or they really disabled the infinite coal patches. And you have to make new train stations every now and then. Which is not that bad, considering that we have now a small one and 1, 2, 3 large ones and another small one up here in walking distance, basically. So I could very easily belt this up to the station. Don't even have to use trains. This one has infinite in it. I believe this is the first stereotype, is it? Yes. So stereotype, pretty small one down there. We didn't even start to make the steam engines. I'm just about finished with making the iron gear wheels and the iron pipes. Iron pipes are pretty quick, at least. I am hoping that the planner will take into consideration all the new times. I think it will, but you never know. Maybe the guy who made this hard-coded the recipes into it. Just have to refresh my stream for some reason it froze. Yep, okay. And another coal patch, not infinite. So we have a very good amount of coal patches, which is a reason to get trains. Lots of trains. Or maybe one train that is going to farm all those coal patches in sequence. Look at that, we are about to get our first steam engine. There it is. So I ran all this way around to explore, and this is the first steam engine I've got now. But to be fair, they should go pretty quick now. It doesn't look like one steam engine is taking really a minute. It does look like it's a bit faster, so might be that the character has a higher crafting speed. Never really thought about it. So, got all the goodies. Let's plan this out. So the ammonium I will definitely need. The gas well is pretty easily accessible. I looked up the Waterfill. The Waterfill recipe is also changed. They thought about everything. It's crazy. The Waterfill now takes either 2,000 or 4,000 water to make one Waterfill. So it's yeah, it's quite a recipe. But getting water is not really a problem. So who cares? Just takes a while. Landfill, I believe, has the same recipe. So I will make the boiler setup right about here. Maybe stretch up as much as possible with the iron pipes. Don't think they are much... Okay, they are more expensive, but not that much. Well, everything should be more expensive since we are not getting more out of furnaces, so it's okay. Well, since... That's interesting. We should probably immediately stop using this route after we get a technology, because we're getting like 2 plates per 3 crushed ore. And I believe the recipe to convert crushed sapphire into iron ore yields like 2 ores per... We can look it up if it is changed here. Yes, okay, you get half. You get 4 iron ore per 8 crushed sapphire. You get 2.5 out of this. So it's 1.25 as much. So each crushed sapphire ore yields 1.25 iron plates, and this only yields like 0.66, so we're getting almost double. More than double, even. Basically, almost exactly double. So at this the setup only it's half as much as if you would be sorting, and sorting also yields copper in addition. So sorting is far superior. So while waiting, I'm going to look up the Factorio character crafting speed. There's a console command to change the crafting speed. The value is 1000, so it might be a crafting speed of 10. Which would mean I would be able to make a steam engine in 6 seconds. I could just time it, to be honest, if I'm really desperate to find out. It looks like the crafting speed is 2. So this should take 2 seconds, and it's 21. It's almost 1 second. Yeah, it's. I believe the character crafting speed is 2. So 60-second boilers will take 30 seconds to make. Well, we're not done. But making the stone is the most time consuming. And the rest is just the stuff I need to make it work. So let's get some more coal. Could be a problem later on to process all the crushed stone into regular stone. But I believe the input is also increased. So you take longer to make it, but you also take more materials to make it, which should even out in the end. Never tried this, but we should be able to check in the planner. So if we're using a burner and we're using a regular, yeah, okay, so it cannot keep up quite one-to-one. So if we use electric one, no, it's the other way around. Okay, so I don't think I can go below 1. No, I can't do fractions. Or is it a comma? No, I can't do it, comma. So it's a shame. I would rather say, okay, I have one factory of those. How many do I need of those? But they don't work. This mod takes the quantity of the production. So to maintain 4 of those stone making factories, I would need 5 ore crushers. So I need more crushers as I need assembly machines to make it work. So if I use 1-to-1, then the assembly machine will be slightly faster, so it will be able to keep up. So I can just slap one assembly machine on each of those burners and take the stone out, which is what I usually do. And I'm pretty terrible at refueling those. Put the ore back into the furnaces. So we now have the offshore pump. I'll just slap it on here. Then we're going to take the boilers. I believe the underground distance is 10. So, I don't know. Maybe here. This is basically 10 tiles in between. I don't exactly know if the underground distance is tiles between the pipe or if the pipe section itself is included. So better safe than sorry. So I'm going with this one. We already got the transport belt. The power ports are already ready as well. So power is ready. So I will also need a chest, and I think I'm making enough inserters. You see how much stuff it makes to make the inserters, it's crazy. In my first attempt off stream, I tried to make a lab and look at the huge amount of resources it requires to make 25 basic circuit boards, each of which is this wooden circuit board, and you need to make 25 times 3, so 75 copper cables, which take quite a while to make. So it's a bit like the vanilla achievement, Lazy Bastard it's called. People know this already, I believe, but to be sure, the achievement says that you are supposed to beat the game, which means launch a satellite, without crafting more than 111 items by hand, which basically means you, instead of crafting everything yourself, you put down a assembling machine and craft it in there. And the first time I did this, it's a pretty easy achievement. You just have to be careful not to accidentally pocket craft something out of your crafting grid. The first time I did this, I immediately learned that crafting using the assembling machines is much better than crafting using the using pocket crafting, because you can craft multiple things at the same time. So what I did then, as a consequence, is that I started to, if I know I'm going to need, let's see, can I go further? Yes, okay, so that's strange. I would have thought that it's either this or 2 more, but it seems the underground distance is like, let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the distance is the section plus 10 to the next section, so it's basically 11 including and 9 excluding the pipe sections. It's pretty strange. Basically, if I know I'm going to need a huge amount of certain resources, like a huge amount of underground pipe, which take a while to make, I'm just putting down many assembly machines. So I'm grabbing like 6 assembly machines, put them down where I'm going to need the underground pipe, and put in the resources and have them craft the stuff for me so that I can pocket craft other stuff. Or basically I don't have to pocket craft. Even if the assembly machines are slower than you, if you just put like 2, 3, 4, eventually you get faster by using assembly machines. So it's always worth it to carry some assemblers. So we should now have power, which means we can do the lab, and I need more, whatever do I need? Probably coal. It's pretty strange. $150 woods should be plenty. Everything should be starting to get a bit easier after I get automation research, which gives me access to assemblers. Oh, it's very cool. This stream says I'm an hour into the game. An hour after I started this game, I'm still not doing any research. There's a speedrunner on YouTube that finished the whole game in a matter of 2 hours. We have 5. They each can output 510, meaning we get... Why is this so many? 5 times 5. Okay. Oh, it's kilowatts. Yeah, obviously. So it can go up to 2.55 megawatts, which is not that much. The lab is using 60. Well, it's okay. Okay, that's strange. The burner inserter is using 188 kilowatts to work of the fuel, whereas the inserter, the electric inserter, uses only a fraction, not even 10% of that. So it's much, 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 much more efficient, more energy efficient to use electric inserters for everything. Well, the boilers, the Mark 1 boilers are at 50% efficiency, I believe. It was in the tooltip. Yeah, they are. Not really sure what that means, but I'm assuming the boilers will convert the 8 megajoules of coal fuel value into 4 megajoules of energy. But I'm probably wrong. The marathon mod should be interesting in that the slope progression enables you to spend more time at each stage of the game. If you're playing without it, you're basically just rushing through certain technologies. So you will probably never use burner inserters, or not use them as much. So having to use this basic technology is pretty nice for a change. Just for interest, what do the... I can research them anyway, but the regular stone furnaces, there they are. Take 25 steel, 10 stone. It's not that bad. Oh, it was 450 red and green signs. 450. So you should definitely disable auto research queue because there is no cheap research. Didn't make one science pack so far. Hopefully I can make the science pack in the tier 1 assembler. They take 3 inputs. I'm not sure if I can. It may be that the assembler tier 1 can only assemble items that take 2 ingredients or less. But we'll soon see about that. But I could just do every step to the science packs, then make the science packs itself manually. But I don't really want to, to be honest. But the assembly machines obviously take a huge amount of stuff. So my guess is they changed it so that I can make the red science pack using the early automation. It would be pretty terrible if I couldn't. Unnecessarily terrible. I mean, this is a game about automation, so... You can't force me to make stuff manually all the time if it's about automation. So we are about to get our first science pack. We need 10 more, which we now can afford because I got coal. And it's gone already. So let me take a look at the stream. Sounds pretty good. I did like 3 big streams, like 6 to 7 hour long streams, and didn't realize that the game sound was not configured to be streamed, which means I was not actually streaming the game sound, just me talking. Oh, my headset is making strange noises. This takes so much time to make. It's crazy. Would be a huge advantage to have another person playing with you, just to get through this first bit of science. Fifteen of those times 5 is like 1 minute each, half a minute with crafting speed 2. The stone is pretty bad, it's another half a minute. The science packs also need half a minute each, so this is like 2 minutes per 5 science packs. Let's get some wood. Could probably look up the ratio for steel production. No, I can't make steel yet, so I can't add it to the production line. Can I... Sadly, I don't seem to be able to configure this mod in a way that to allow me to use recipes I not yet researched. Otherwise, I could have looked up the, for example, these steel production ratios, which is something that interests me. So we can input another 5. But we need 10 more. This whole pack is just punishment. But it's pretty funny to try and fail. So, wood cutting is over. The pickaxe broke. Hopefully, as we progress through the game, the difficulty will, for older stuff we did before, is going to get a little bit lower. The problem is if you're confronting a player with too much difficulty and you don't put in like certain milestones when old stuff gets easier, I personally think that people lose fun. So, for example, there's a mod pack for Minecraft out there. It's called All the Mods, and it has an expert mode. So it's not really an expert mode. It's just a separate mod pack which is called Expert. All the Mods Expert. And I was playing it for quite a while, and you do progress through. And there are certain milestones which gives you access to better technology. For example, early on to make iron, you have to smelt certain types of ores down. They added a mod that adds a tiered iron ore, and the ores give different amounts of liquid iron. And it's pretty sucky because you there's no clear ratio between an ore block and an ingot, so you have to put in multiple ores and you get some very skewed number of liquid iron, and you will always have something left in the tank. And if you progress further to certain types of crushing, they then get the ability to make iron dust out of the ore, which smelts into one ingot, resulting in the ability to obviously get more out of the ore. You get more iron per ore block, but you also don't have to deal with the problem that you get like 1 and 1.3 from one ore patch, which is pretty cool. But on the other hand, the mod pack fails to do the same for other certain technologies and items. So they made lots of things more difficult to get, but you never get the ability to make it easier. So it's going to be hard to make certain types. Like it's not a good example, but there is a block you need to make like a greenhouse block to progress through Botania. And this greenhouse block requires stuff you make from bees, and there is no good way to automate this until much later in the game. And I also looked. There's some storage mods in the game, like refined storage for 1.10, and to get the materials for refined storage, the quartz enriched iron, I believe it's called, you have to use a very strange machine, and there is no other way to make this material. So difficulty is good. It's always fun to have difficulty in the game, but at some point you need to reward the player. So if you progress through the game, at some point you need to be rewarded with something anything, really. So we're almost done with automation. What do these take? Basic circuit boards, iron. Okay. I have huge amounts of everything, so it should be no problem. Much energy does it use? Currently none, because we don't research anything. So, and the last science pack, hopefully the last one we make manually. Okay, let's just see. Almost 300 copper and 150 per assembly machine. So crazy. It is so crazy. And hopefully we can... so this is now a 3-step recipe. Did I... No, I didn't. So let's find out the ratios. Should be pretty easy to find out. So let's make like one iron red science pack. We need this stuff here. And even more of those. Whoa. And of course the gears. So we need almost 1-to-1. We need even more of those fundamental technology components packs. 3-to-2. Pretty crazy. But they don't take anything else. So we need a huge input of iron. Let's pin this. This is going to take so much time. The pocket crafting. Should have probably installed this quick start mod. If this was an episode I was able to cut, I would probably just say, yeah, okay, now see you in a bit until I'm ready, until this is all crafted. And snip. But since this is live, there is no such luxury. Upside is, since we're not using any energy right now, we don't burn our coal. Could even go exploring for a bit. There's a huge amount of oil and gas wells everywhere. Another coal patch. This one has infinite coal. It's the first coal patch that has infinite yields. Interesting. So what's so special about this? Well, it seems to be the furthest away from all the coal patches so far. So maybe they gave us some additional, let's call them starter coal patches. Another coal patch. This one has no infinite. Or has it? No, it has not. So maybe the resource spawning overhaul mod is not working correctly in this pack. And it's not supposed to spawn these big non-infinite patches. But it did. Just like with the stone, it's not supposed to spawn stone patches, but it did. What's this up here? Pokemonium. So we have our first assembler. Let's look inside. And it can make red signs. Thank God. Another cold patch. This one has infinites as well. There are in fact two cold patches right next to each other, which is even better. No biters, two patches. Another stereotype. So we can expand very fast because we have so much resource patches in the near vicinity. Don't think we'll ever be starved for coal. There's so much coal out here. I believe those. I'm pretty convinced these coal patches should not be there. Just like the stone deposits. It's just a bug. So maybe we won't be harvesting those. Just to be fair. No patches so far here. So, I think this could be fun. So basically the strategy is to go nuts. At each point in your technology tree, you're supposed to grab as many resources as you can, process as many as you can, and basically go nuts with everything. Because you have to, otherwise, well, everything is so expensive you have to go nuts. It's a bit strange. The standing around the base, looking at how much everything costs and how long it takes is a bit demotivating. But then walking around, seeing all those big patches that are pretty near, basically in belt range, is a pretty good motivator. So, obviously to do anything we need some further resource refining, which basically means I guess this technology first. It's pretty cheap, just takes stone bricks, which I can make, and it will greatly improve our output. But it takes 110 of those science packs, which means we need to automate the science. There's no way around it. Well, it's okay. So what did I say? 1 per 2. It's the crafting the third one. The third one is going to make iron gears. So this should be 3 per 2, so the standard setup is another one here, one there. No, it's... yeah, that's how it's made. This is the setup, and we need to somehow get iron gear wheels into these science machines now. I can do... it's almost 1 for 1, so like maybe if I do 2, get 3 per 4, so I probably won't bother. And just make 1 for 1. I don't think I have long inserters yet. No, obviously not. What does it take to research those? 120 as well. So probably just make the setup, components and gear wheels. Which means this needs to be stone and coal. Don't have any stone. Wow, this is going to take forever. Well, no. Should be 1 to 1. Okay. So basically, everything is going to be 1 for 1. Meets another assembler. Another one, oh my god. Then you can make 1 science pack. It makes 2 science packs per second. If I... how much is it making? It's making 1 per 10 seconds. So if I use a minute, it's like 6. 6 is exactly 1. No, it's not, because I'm using 1.5, so half of this. This is exactly 1, so I would need 1 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those, and then of course 2 of those, because I'm using 2 of these machines. I'm only using 1, so it will be even less than that. But it is a start. So maybe I could just go up 1 step and replicate this whatever it's called, fundamental technology component up there a second time. We'll figure out a good setup. Oh no. The first miner is out. So this ore patch will not last as much longer. It will not last as long as I was previously suggesting. Which means we might just have to go up and walk there and mine this one out as well. or build those electric mining drills and belt all this stuff down. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So this one iron gear wheel per 1.5, and this needs 2, 5 per 10. 5 is 7.5, which is enough. And we automated science production. So let's make more of those assembly machines. It takes so long to make. Probably at least make a little bit small setup to make those copper cables, because they do take so much time. It's crazy. This looks like it can almost keep up with one lap. So we made the first out of 120 packs, the second one. Wow. So this is requiring crushed stone. This needs coal. I can probably just remove the belt here and put chests everywhere. So let's abort one of those, make some chests and recraft this. Well, make some inserters first. For now I will feed those manually. So this will obviously only be able to keep up if I add another one of these. For now it's eating the backlog. So let's make sure these are all fueled. Get some more coal. So much crushed stone. 3 of those take 2 to make. I have 400 per stack, which is basically 200 seconds. More than that. So this would take like 50 minutes to produce stone out of. So this one is for me, don't care. Make me this. So now we are 2 guys producing this. This assembly machine, this good assembly machine is making the same stuff that I'm making by hand for me, additionally to me. Can already see that I do not have this much of the resources. Especially since each of those assembly machines take almost 300 copper, which does take a while to make. So I should probably not go too big. So basically make more. Don't care. Just make more. I said I wanted to have some inserters. I have chests. So you will get crushed stone. You need coal. The thing down there needs iron. And this one needs copper, which I don't have so much left of, so need to either scale this up or hope that we can get the next technology. Will I be able to make another? Still takes a lot of time. So take iron, don't care so much of it. You can take the leftover copper, which is not much. So stone doesn't seem to be a problem. Not even close. So let's make some iron gear wheels because we have so much of them. I'll do these down here so that I can leech off of this chest, which I would do if I had another inserter, which I don't. Let's make a few. I think I will at some point leech off of this stone, because the stone is producing much faster than it's used. So I can just take some. Could have probably set up this a little better. But we are all experimenting, so whatever. So, for example, I should have put the chest in between so that the stone is input into a chest, and then this machine is taking the stone out of this chest, which is honestly what I'm going to do, because otherwise I risk that I'm starving this machine of the stone. So we're putting a chest here, assembly machine here, and there we go. So this will now make stone. Stone will be input in the chest, and the chest will feed then this machine, so I can mooch off the stone from here. Let's do the same for here, for this thing. So I can take these gear wheels. Pretty redundant here, but it will do. Whatever. We are not even close to done. Well, I could start to make the electric mining drills. Maybe even could start to make belts, because I have so much iron. But I have so little copper, so I would need to scale up the copper production. We could just disassemble one of these here. On the edge, it's not even running at full capacity, so let me just deconstruct this one and bring it over to make copper. Don't really need this much iron. So. Now the furnaces. So it's 50% more iron production. Copper. Could do the same with the iron gear wheel production. This also produces more than it does it. Yes. No, it doesn't. Oh, let me think. 60 factories. Okay, we need less factories to produce iron gear wheels for the science, so they would produce extra. Even though this one doesn't seem to, for some reason, produce extra. Oh, because the inserter is so slow. That's the problem. The inserter is too slow to keep up. Which is another problem I didn't consider. So blue circuits are pretty far away, which means loaders are not an option for now, and filter inserters neither. So let's see, this patch is... They are still pretty healthy. This was the one that got depleted was just on the edge. Probably had just one of those 500 ore patches here. Failed to refuel again. Look at this nightmare to make red science. Just think about for a moment the nightmare that is to come when doing higher science packs. The amount you require to make anything here. It's just crazy. 3,000. 900. What are those dark blue science packs? Production science packs, okay. They are dark blue here. Interesting. The pack also contains quantum modules, which is basically a God module, which is pretty good. You probably need this to finish the pack, but getting there is going to be a pain. What's a very low range quantum CPU is all the basic circuits, which is probably not that bad. Oh, okay. Take that bet. So the regular boards are... Oh god. Whoa, they're so expensive. Look at this. Speed boards take silver, efficiency take titanium, productivity takes tungsten. Tungsten is so high level. The zinc plate is okay. They all take electronic circuit boards, which are pretty expensive as well, even vanilla. Just for my amusement, what do the next tier cost? It's okay, not that bad. These are of course pretty OP, 50% productivity. Which is even more than the raw productivity modules. Well, getting there is the big problem. Will this thing be able to... Probably not. No, okay. I would have like to get the miners into the planner somehow, so that the planner would calculate for me how long it takes to make one of these. You can probably calculate this somehow. I remember looking it up, but not immediately finding the answer. So you have a patch, it has a mining hardness, a mining time, and you have a miner which has mining power and mining speed. These are, from what I sent, corresponding. So mining power is has something to do with mining hardness, and mining speed something to do with mining time. But I don't know exactly how to calculate how many ores you get per second through this method. Probably is a way to make this calculation. Well, there is definitely a way to make this calculation because the game does it right now. But I would want to make it myself. So these are the more expensive parts. The good thing about the electric miner is that I can put so much more on them. They have they are not that much faster, but they're a little bit faster. So let me try to look it up. Mining drill tutorial speed. Okay, well that was easy. Mining speed formula. Metal and mineral resources have a mining hardness rating. The rate at which they are produced is given by mining power minus mining hardness times mining speed divided by mining time. Production rate in resources per second, which means, let's see, mining power was 3 minus 1.5. I need to use comma in my editor times mining speed of the electric mining drill is 0.5, so by 2 divided, and divide this by the mining time of the stereotype, which is 2, which gives us 0.375 stereotype ore per second. Let's just bring up the sheet. Google spreadsheet, yes, please. Well, what's it called? Stereotype. I'm missing an E. It has mining hardness of 1.5 and time of 2, and then we use the burner drill has a speed of a power of 2.5 and a speed of 0.35. Which makes the burner probably arrange this differently. Get this per line. Now I can input the formula, which was, I already forgot. Let's put it up here. It's not really important here, but it always interested me. And we have time to kill anyway. So mining power minus hardness. Times speed divided by time. And n equals symbol. Something is not okay. Doesn't like my point, it seems. Yep. Well, electric. Say again, 3 and 0.5. Yes, okay, so the burner is producing 0.175 and the electric one is producing 0.375, so more than double. X per second is like, oh. So if I inverse the stuff, I'm saying 1 over F3, and here it's 1 over F4 with an equals sign on top. So a burner mining drill will take about almost 6 seconds to produce one ore patch, and the electric mining drill will produce one in less than 3 seconds. So the electric mining drill is more than twice as fast as the other ones. Which means I can put more furnaces on if I use electric mining drills. Don't have any more of those poles, which I can't make because I don't have any copper. Let's just take this. You can't work because you don't have copper. They take a huge amount of copper. Wow. So. We are almost halfway through. So basically 2 electric mining drills will be as fast as faster than 4 of those, which is pretty good. And I can fit 3 of those mining drills on here and still put furnaces. And even be more space efficient. I already have furnaces, so let's use them. I will want to use the burner inserters for the furnaces so that I can leach the fuel off, which I'm pretty much out of, so I should go collect some more. It's pretty fun to do the math once at a time. They were almost out. So put this here, put this one here, so we can fit another furnace here. Can fit another one of those if I can afford it, which I currently can't. So let's make another... We have the burner inserter, we don't have enough stone. Stone is easy to get, just grab it here. Grab, grab. Now we have enough for many furnaces, which... Oh, they finish quick. So the end products are pretty quick to make, the resources to get there are very slow. See, the furnace is only 0.5 to make, the burner inserter as well, 0.5. The inserter as well, okay. So the end products seem to be, well, even the assembly machine only takes 0.5 seconds. Half a second. It's a bit inconsistent, but you won't see me complain about it. What does the... Yeah, okay, so the electric ore crusher requires the burner ore crusher, which then in turn requires those burner mining drills, so they are not wasted. I do need them. So I hopefully will be able to fit... I think I will only be able to fit one more furnace. I could do... No, I can't because... No. I thought I could do it on the corner with two burner inserters. The problem is that the burner inserter then will also grab the crushed stone out of there because they're not directly inserting into the furnace. So this won't do. So I can fit one more miner. And one more furnace. So this can't go here because the inserter can't insert it. Well, it can insert on a 90-degree angle, which is still no help. No. Well, okay. So give me this one. Now I can afford one more. Energy usage is fine. This uses so much copper. Well, they want people in the forum. They said they cranked up the copper usage. Oh god. Don't really want to know what it takes to make those. Okay. So this is basically 1-to-1, and these require 3 to work. let's do the math. 3 per 7 is 0.43. Okay, so one furnace could use, could it? Yes, crafting speed 1. Yeah, one furnace could use a bit more than what one electric miner could produce, so I don't need 3. I don't need 4, I mean. I only need 3, and even 3 would be not enough. So I could just get this off here and put another assembly machine there to process the stone out. Don't need 4. 4 is too much. Basically times 3 minus the 0.375. Yeah. Yep. So this is still not enough production. Probably could put another of those burners. One of those burners? Yeah, okay, if I put another burner, the ratio is almost correct. It's quite funny. So the production that is lacking is pretty much exactly what this burner here is producing. And it fits quite well, so why not? Obviously this banner will run out quickly because it's on one patch that doesn't even have 300. But who cares? Hopefully by the time this runs out I will have the next research. At least we're producing more copper than we need to support this one lab. So, from what it looks like now, since this is using so much resources to make, I mean 15, well this is 1.5 copper per second. Well, it's not that much, to be honest. So this belt can take, what can it transport, like 13 per second, if I double belt it. So I could almost support 10 of those with only one completely dense copper belt. And getting a completely condensed copper belt is pretty hard in the beginning, especially with angel ores. But I usually don't go more than 4, but then again, usually the research cost is far smaller. So I might just at some point stop playing this mod packet, go back to some easier stuff. But I'll try to get at least a little bit technology and try out if I can scale this up a bit. takes so damn long to make the assemblers, so let's just make some and bank them for now. Dum, dum. Okay. So let's do this. I mean, we basically have enough resources to support both. So why not use both? Okay. Take all the iron. They take almost no coal. They can stack like 200 in here, so it doesn't really matter. I don't need the coal feed. Meaning I could just remove this and move this one up to feed both of these. So it should now be a little bit more even. Might be the case that I don't, that I also need another lab. We'll see if it backs up. I think I can afford another lab. Yeah, I can. Yeah. I see you. can just come here and grab some of the surplus every now and then. Yeah, and make another lab. Oh yes, we're done. Oh yeah, I forgot, I need to cook up some stone. So I made another one of those assembly machines so I can make more of those crushed stone into regular stone. In theory I would need about one assembly machine per one of those ore crushers. So like 7 in total. I have 3, which means I'm making more crushed stone than I'm converting into stone, which is not really optimal, but I think it'll manage somehow. I have some inventory space, so it doesn't matter. I need to feed the science thingies with copper, but I don't want to give you my gears. What do we need? We now can make this one. So, well, optimally I would like to have some method of filtering, which, whoa, okay. This I did not know existed. This seems to be new to me. What the fuck? Amplify prism? The hell? What? What is this? I can produce mineral. I can convert mineral sludge to higher level resources using 0 amplify prisms. Okay. So basically, this is a one-time thing. You probably need to make this once, and then you can use it to convert mineral sludge directly into materials. But this is very far down, and to get this much gems is pretty expensive. The hell is this? This looks like alchemy. What the hell? You can produce iron ore out of copper ore using electrolyzer. This does not make much sense, but I'm not asking questions. And vice versa. And you can even make more, which is This basically means if you have coke pellets, which are not that bad to make, you can basically make infinite ores out of this cycle. Yeah, you can get 11 iron ores from 9 copper ore, and then you can put those 11 iron ores back to make more copper. Each step you get 2 more ores per pellet. Well, it's not really worth it because a coke pellet is like 5 or 25 coal, or don't remember exactly, but this is really strange. And this one here is especially strange. I mean, I'm not complaining. You can finally do something useful with slag. Yeah, you can convert it into basically copper and iron, and you only have to input water. And it looks like you can even do it in a regular crafting, in a regular assembly table. This is very interesting. Reverse, what is this? Or to slag. Okay. So I can produce. So if I okay, this seems to be this seems to be a very interesting way to solve the problem that Angelthon has. That if you process these crushed ores, you get iron ore and copper ore, so you get mixed results. If you're not using both of these, you'll have to box them up, and some time later, your box will go full, and then this whole production will stop. So, for example, if you're not using all the copper you're producing here, eventually your iron production will halt completely, leaving you with 0 iron and completely full copper, which you don't use. Instead, what you can do is, it seems, in with this technology here, you can convert the surplus copper into slag and then use this processing here to produce copper from slag. It's very inefficient. You can see you get 1 slag from 1 ore, and then you can reprocess it into not even 1 ore per 8 slags, so you're losing much more than 8, like 12. So you can basically, let's do the math. It's like, yeah, 11 and a half. 11 and a half copper ore is 1 iron ore and vice versa, which is not really optimal. So the better way is to do this route and get crushed zephyr and chivolite and make iron ore directly, which is the normal recipe. They didn't change it. But this is very interesting. So to get the blue circuits, I will need this one, but I also need to make solder, and I would have to make carbon. Carbon is down here. So I would need to research 2 more technologies, which are much more expensive. These are 300 cents packs. The one we just researched was 120. So I don't really know. Well, steel is certainly nice. Would enable us to get silos, which are, this is so much science you need. This is so far away. So loaders is out of the question. I can't do loaders because they are locked behind here. Or at least they should be. They aren't, but you need basic electronic boards, so you need this technology to make those. I can't filter with fast filters. I can't make fast filters because they also take these boards. Underground belts and splitters are probably useful, so let's research this stuff. This is what I usually do. So now we could potentially make the ore sorting facility, and we can switch to electric crushing, which has the advantage of being faster. It has 1.5 crafting speed, when the burner ore has 1 crafting speed, but you can't leach fuel for the furnaces anymore because the electric one doesn't use coal. So you have to somehow fuel your furnaces. There is a pretty easy way to solve this problem. You can um, either make many of those crushers. You can put down miners, belt the ore to a processing area, and in the processing area the ore goes directly into the crusher, and then the results of the crusher go directly into either furnaces to make plates and the crushed stone goes into assembly tables to make the stone. And then you can just take the stuff you made, plates into stone from these and put them on the belt. And this should be pretty easily scalable. So we could do this. Another way is to just make multiple steps. So you take the ore from the miners, put them on the belt, take it from the belt back into these ore crushers, and then you take all the output from the crusher, put them on the same belt, and then run the belt by those assembly tables, assembly machines. The assembly machines will only take the stone off, and then you run the belt also by furnaces, and the furnaces will only take the crushed ore off it. So it's basically a vanilla setup with half a belt is coal, the other half is crushed ore, but you will have some crushed stone mixed into the ore, which you have to grab from the belt in between. I was talking about this solution at the beginning of the stream. Did make another lap. Fast inserter would be cool because these inserters are too slow. But they are also very expensive. So basically to get the next circuit boards with the blue stuff on it, you get like you need like 5 different technologies, and you also need tin and lead processing. So it's pretty far away. So we just have to manage somehow without, which is possible by going huge. One good thing about this pack is that since the crushers, they produce only 2 crushed stone per 8 crushed ore. I believe this is less than in the regular pack. In the regular pack, I believe it's like 2 per 1. So this is a quarter, and in the regular pack it's like half, if I remember correctly. Which means you will not run in such a big problem with throughput. There's much more useful stuff on the belt if you take both of this and put it on the same belt. So let's try this first, I think. The big problem as usual is copper. So I will... well... probably not. Well, yeah, no, it does. The big problem is copper because everything needs so much copper. This needs like 260 to only 100 iron. This one only needs iron. Okay, so it's... well, okay, both of these use exactly as much. So let's burn up some stone. So it's 5 per 1, huh? Well, it's pretty expensive. I might really end up mining some of the stone just because this will result in a huge amount of stone which I can use to make bricks. So let's see. We need 30 to make one of these and 25 to make one of these. I will probably also want to have some mining drills at some point. Let's make another assembler. Feed them all fuel. The inserter just got 200. So replace one of those with an adequate setup. The setup will contain 3 of those mining drills, and then I have this whole side open, and I can put an assembly machine to convert the stone, and a big ore sorting facility to make everything else. The ore sorting facility is so huge that you have enough space to put multiple furnaces on it. Big problem with using the ore sorting facility is that, of course, if you use the ore sorting facility, it will output 2 different ores. So if you want to have dedicated smelting areas, this is not possible, because you can't filter the correct ores. So basically, without filtering, we can't do any of the sorting and then put it on the belt. It will just be chested up, and I have to manually grab it and put it into the correct machines, which is not that big of a problem. Yeah, copper will go first. I don't have enough copper to do the stuff I want. I have more than enough iron. Both of these chests contain a huge amount of iron as well. Wouldn't even fit into my inventory. Don't need to make this, can just grab one of those. I never put a 4th mining drill here. Don't even have to make the burner or crusher, because I can just grab the one I have. Done and done. So move these away. I need 3 spaces here to put a drill. So leave 1 space for the assembler. So as usual, I don't have enough copper. I think I have to grab the slag out so that it can work. The crushed the crushed stone can accumulate, it's not a problem, but the slag has to be grabbed out, because if this has still items, then these inserters won't grab the ore and put it in here. But the miners will put the ore in there, even if it's full. Well, okay. That's a big fail. Look at that. That's pretty stupid. I would have thought they would be a little bit more clever. But the inserters aren't. That sucks. Okay. My hope was that the inserters will not try to input copper into a furnace that already contains iron, but they did. What can you do? So this is going to be a lot of manual labor until we get some way to filter items. Or I don't use filtering and just do the electric ore crushing and smelt it directly. But the yield should be higher this way, so... Not true. This I can do without filtering, this I can do without filtering. I believe, at least. The simple problem is that the recipes for making copper and for making iron require 2 inputs, so if it would just be 1, then we wouldn't have a problem, because the inserter would grab the ore, put it into the furnace would process it, and the inserter could then grab a different ore and put it into the furnace. And it wouldn't deadlock, because at some point the furnace will be ready to accept another ore. It could just output whatever it's made. But since it's 2, it won't work this way. Well, that's not true. I could try the following. It depends a bit on the timing of the ore facility. So it makes 2 iron and 4 copper, so it's always a multiplicator of 2. Which means if this facility works and it grabs... Yeah, okay, it's grabbing the iron first. So if I just put one furnace on here, then this will work automatically. Because it will... Yeah, okay. It even worked when the resources were lopsided. So the inserter will grab 2 iron out of this machine, and then it will grab 4 ores, which results in the furnace being able to produce 1 iron, make 1 process of iron, and then 2 processes of copper ore, and do the same all over again. So this works automatically. But I can just do 1 furnace per sorting facility, which at the moment is keeping up because I don't have enough miners on there. Let's see. What I could also try to put 2 inserters on the furnace, hoping that they will either grab 2 of the same, which means this furnace can instantly work, or they will grab 2 different ones, which means you can always insert at least one of those. So the only way this could deadlock is if the furnace contains, for example, 1 copper and both of these inserters grab an iron, which could happen, but is not that probable. So I believe using 2 inserters should also work. Let's try it out. Obviously it will only work if I use 2. This could still deadlock, but it may not deadlock depending on the timing. Worst case scenario is this one grabs 1 iron, this one grabs 1 iron, this grabs one copper, and this one grabs 1 copper, and nothing can work because, well, I could input the iron into this machine, and then both, yeah, okay. This could very well happen, so let's see. It might just go wrong right from the start. Depending on which, depending on the, what's it called? On the sequence, the inserters grab out the stuff. We could probably argue that filtering is a feature that you have to earn by making these blue circuits. And without blue circuits, you are not allowed to do off sorting. So without filtering, no sorting, and well, why doesn't this work? Because this is too slow. Because because of the slack. Yeah, like I said, the machine won't work because the slack is inside there. So we need to get the slack out. I can't even do slack processing yet. So this whole spree here is completely useless. This is perfect. This was very good timing, but it still cannot work because I can't take the slack out without also taking out the ore. So I have to manually sit here and take the ore out. Which is pretty stupid. I'd rather output everything into chests and then manually now and then put the ore into the furnaces. Okay, so sorting is not the way to go for now. Until we get filters. So let's check again. Filter inserter needs those, which need this and this. 180. Yeah, it's quite a bit of research. If I get this, I can do the slag processing, which means I can get the slag out of the ore sorter. So this technology would be faster to reach and would enable me to do ore sorting. But until then, I'll not do this. So let's remove this here. It does work, but the slag is in the way, so it's almost working. So I'll just take everything and will one do? Let's see if one can do it. Probably not, but no. Since I have to grab it manually, either way I can just... Could even put the chest up a bit and then use an inserter to empty the everything into one chest, if I wanted to. So I have much ore in my hand, so I can just put down the furnaces and fill those manually. A bit sad about the ore sorting facility, but it's going to make the other route a bit more interesting. We have to use it. Or do everything manual. Oh, this is only 3, okay. So I have 2 inserters putting stuff into the ore facility, which is still far too slow, but I could do 3 and put the assembly machine down here. Let's do this. So put it right there. 3 inserters. Should be faster now. And then I can put the assembly machine down here. Make stone. How to put into chest. He can't use the ore sorting facility, he says, while he still continues to use the ore sorting facility. Well, it works. Could probably put this into chests, dedicated chests, and then have a have a smelting area that consumes those. It goes pretty fast, so I'll try to do the calculation once more, just to be sure. So if this was running at full speed, those obviously couldn't keep up, so I could even add more. Because I'm taking the stuff out manually either way. This is obviously much more ore than these furnaces can process. So let's again do the math. 8 go to 4, so half. And this is 1 to 1, either way. And we are smelting this one, which gives us 5 per 2, so 2.5 per 1. Yeah, 1.25, so 1.25. So we get this sorting route. We get 1.25 copper plates per this this orb. So one steratite ore gives us 1.25 copper, and the other route is this one here, which is 3 to 2. which is, yeah, okay. So this is doubling, essentially. I said this before, I think. We're still not even close to getting logistics. Even though logistics is pretty cheap in comparison. This pack, guys, this pack. So basically, fueling this facility manually for a bit to get enough science to get the filters will not go. It's not a feasible strategy, so I will just skip using our facility now and make a direct smelting. Oh, I'll look it up. Look it up to see if we might be able to... Okay, trains is another possibility, but... Imagers overcapacity, which is very good because I am trying to look at the setup. Maybe the thumbnail is sufficient. Well, yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Somebody is suggesting that you can in fact use the furnaces with the offloading facility, because as long as you leave one ore in each of these furnaces, and you use 2 inserters, then the storm furnace will definitely work, regardless what the inserters grab. So, no, it's not true. That is not true. Well, okay. Image or will not let me view this stupid image. Maybe I can do it with Google Cache? Yeah, okay, finally. No, okay. It's basically the same setup that I already had. Okay. Basically, I could go nuts with these off-sorting facilities, put everything into one chest, and then every now and then grab the contents of the chest. Or we do this, and I can process the slack away. Let's do this one. So we only need to do this research, and then we can use the off facility to make some bigger setups. So now I believe I can make the fast inserters, but I don't have enough. Don't have the technology to make those. Aren't the long-handed inserters faster than the inserters? So long-handed inserters have a speed of 1.32 and regular inserters have a lower speed. So the long-handed inserters are faster than the basic inserters. And I believe I can even make the long-handed inserters even transform them into regular inserters by using Bob's. No, I can't, okay. But it doesn't matter, I can just put the chest lid further away. Yeah, they're faster. Every fraction of a second counts, boys. It's pretty overkill because this can't keep up here. Okay. pretty cool. Because of the sorting facility, we're getting good amount of copper. Don't think I even need those iron processing things right now. I have so much iron stored up, and this also produces iron, good amount. And pretty much all we need right now is copper for the science packs. Do I have the recipe here? I do. So, well, it does say it does take more than double. Almost not more than double. It takes roughly double the amount of iron than it does copper. So eventually I run out. Hmm. Halfway done with the stack processing, and then we can automate this. This is so much shit. It takes so long to craft this stuff. Whoa. I'm still not sure about the sorting automation even with Slack processing, because even with Slack processing I can't sort the output of the furnaces. So this is taking a bit longer than I was expecting, so I will take a break here. We'll end the stream for now, grab something to eat, and let this game run. Maybe we will see some progress. Otherwise, I'll just I don't know yet. Maybe I'll continue this, or I will return to the other stream and play without marathon. We'll see. So, see you in a bit.